We're going to go ahead and pull some cards specifically for twin flames to see what is going on for the twin flame collective, for the divine feminine, for the divine masculine. Today we have Venus aligned with Chiron. This is huge for your love life. It's bringing a lot of healing to the surface, specifically old wounds around love, especially if these are from the past or current situations. You may even notice that some of your situations have been looping around, so some of your past hurts may have made their way into your present day connection, especially if this is a twin flame connection. As with twin flames, it's a little bit different. It pushes a lot of healing to the surface and all of your old core wounds to the surface. When we're talking Chiron wounds, these are wounds from many different past lives as well as this lifetime. Within your spiritual awakening, you begin your ascension path, which is to clear all of the trauma from this present lifetime and then your past lifetimes as well too. So this will take a lot of healing work as well. These energies are pushing things to the surface. They may be making you extra sensitive in your love life right now. We also have our sun is trine Chiron as well too. And with this aspect, it's bringing up old ego wounds. This is rejection, abandonment, and even betrayal that you may have experienced in your connections and in your relationships. These are ego wounds that are being brought to the surface as well too. Things that may be affecting your connections. When we haven't healed, we bring all of that unhealed baggage into our connections. And this is why a lot of people are having relationship issues. A lot of you guys are having a lot of inner child issues that have turned into relationship issues, that have turned into financial issues. Venus also rules our finances. So if you're stressed or worried about money right now, these things may be coming to the surface for you to deal with. If you're having relationship problems, money problems, make sure you're doing some type of energy work. It's going to be the best thing for it. You guys should be anyways, but we're going to start with a reading for the divine feminine to see what is going on. Make sure you guys are also checking out my website. I have so many healings on there. You guys should be doing regular energy healings, but they'll help you a ton with healing yourself, which is what the point of all of this is on Earth during this time, to show you your core wounds. You may have shadow work that's coming up right now, big time. These energies are meant to show you what you should be working on, and everyone has stuff that they're working on. So they're kind of showing you the work that you need to be doing right now. And we're going to start with reading for the divine feminine. Now we're going to do some messages to the masculine directly from the feminine too. This will help with you guys, especially if you guys are in a no contact or not a lot of communication. If you are, this is to heal yourself. You need to really work on yourself during this time. You shouldn't be dating. You should be kind of healing yourself if you're in that separation space, and that's what's happened. So let's just start with the divine feminine. What's going on for the divine feminine collective? Messages directly to the masculine. If you are the divine masculine, take this as direct messages from your feminine. You were my best friend, and I cherished our friendship above all others. And so everyone's at different places, but if in separation you're feeling the loss of that and then coming back to yourself as well too, and there probably were things that have happened as well too. And if you're in union, you guys probably spend an awful lot of time together and in fact can't get enough of each other, just being around each other and hanging out. And this can get distracting as well too. So during this time, no matter what your situation, you're being guided to really shift the focus back to yourself, divine feminine. And this is important too, because you've been putting a lot of your focus on relationships and things outside of yourself. Now it's time for you to focus on your own healing yourself and your spiritual awakening during this time that we're in right now. I'm resisting my desire for you because it's too late now. We've grown apart and you've moved on. And this is important too. It has to do with being in vibrational alignment and keeping up vibrationally. And then we have many different things, and I'm sure I'll get into them in this reading, that may have played out as well too. But something may have happened for a split, the keyword split. If you guys are in separation, it just kind of depends on things. I wonder if you still think about me. How do you feel about me now that you've had time to reflect? And this could be divine feminine wondering if she is on the divine masculine's mind, or if they're thinking about you as well too. It kind of depends. I've been getting a lot of insight on some of this stuff. So a lot of times women are anxious attachers and a lot of men are avoidant. It depends on your trauma scale of just how much. So some of you guys may have these tendencies. What happens is usually it's the masculine who goes runner, and when they pull back, they trigger a lot of overthinking and anxious thoughts on the feminine side because they are avoiding the situation. Oftentimes they're trying not to think about you. They're doing everything to not think about you, spending time with friends, doing everything else, doing their day-to-day stuff. And this is important too. Make sure you're focusing on yourself and not tuning in too much to this person, especially if you're in a separation. This may trigger more insecurities and anxiety that you need to work on, and things have happened however they have. They're meant to play out in that way in your journey. Make sure you're pulling back your attention right now and focusing on yourself. If you're overthinking about this person, thinking about them all the time, you're basically feeding your energy to someone that is unavailable for the connection at this point in time. If they've shown you that they're not ready or mature enough for the connection, or that they're unavailable, make sure that you're pulling back your energy. You don't want to be feeding your energy to them all day for nothing. I fantasize about getting a second chance with you. Divine Feminine wants the masculine, despite what may have happened, right? And this is like new beginning. This is starting over. So some of you guys might be in union and wanting to heal this union or to shift it into a new beginning and for it to go better. So a lot of you guys are trying to heal if in union. A lot of you guys, if in separation, are wanting a reunion and wanting to come into union in some type of way. So we have huge energies at play about that. I always look for you at airports as if we would be at the same place in the world. And it's funny because I have the travel card too. So this could be, maybe you're going to go on your dream vacation for the Divine Feminine. Maybe there's a distance between you and your masculine and you're going to travel to see them, or they're going to come see you. It doesn't really matter. This is also about the spiritual journey and that type of travel as well too that you're on. You're on the biggest travel ever as you're exploring Earth. We also have some big shifts with Mercury happening right now, and this is opening you up to wanting to have new experiences and to do new things with your life. Pay attention to the creative ideas that you're getting right now. This is important. And real quick, make sure you guys are checking out my website, sparksofdivinelighealing.com. I always say if you are a twin flame or think you are, do the readings, do the twin flame coaching. It's going to help you a ton with healing your situation. Make sure you guys are doing tons of clearing work and energy healings as well too. I have tons of activations on there. They're going to help to raise your frequency to that of union, and it's going to help you a ton no matter where you're at in your journey. If you guys need me, just book me on my website. Someone was asking, they're like, you have a lot of stuff on your website. Go with what you're guided. I always recommend doing any of the healings, any of the DNA activation work, and even the twin flame coaching. It's going to give you so much self-awareness and help you a ton with your journey, no matter what the situation. So you guys just book me on my website and I come find you immediately. This person is watching your social media, which can be a little weird too. I always say that. I notice the patterns. They're stalking you and spying on you, and if you post, they're like the first to see it, even though they may not be reaching out or having a lot of communication for those in separation. And this is important too, but there's like stuff going on the social media too, so just know that they're watching you often, especially if for those of you guys that are not together, they're like on your social media. All right, this is ego wounds coming to the surface. We talked about that. That is rejection, abandonment, betrayal. Things that have happened past, and even with your twin flame, because it's even worse when you go through it with your twin flame. So some things have happened that have stirred up things within your ego so that you can heal more. This is like the point of everything, right? Of what we go through. So it's showing you certain things about yourself and your healing. But this is ways that you're hiding from the connection or not being quite there either. It's ways you're not wanting to show yourself or be completely open as well too. Because I think about the mask, it's the ultimate running away and hiding as well too. So needing to heal any of these things. There could be reasons for this too. This is the lying card. Maybe you or your twin flame were not being completely honest on some things, and this can like bring things up too. That's one of the things that keeps people in the 4D as well too, is needing to be completely honest all the time and to learn how to communicate and throat chakra work as well too. So perhaps you or your partner need to do a little bit of throat chakra work. Intuition, pay attention to your intuition right now. You know things, you're tapping in more, gut feelings, psychic and sixth sense. You know an awful lot about your partner too, because this is like you get downloads about them. This will be like getting understanding about their childhood, things they went through, things they're going through now. Like you get a lot of self-awareness, especially when it comes to twin flames. It doesn't matter if you're together or not together, you're going to get a lot of information about their situation and their healing journey on earth as well too. But this is about unblocking your intuition. I know we talked a lot about that yesterday too, and doing healing sessions will help open up and activate your psychic channels, and they'll help bring your gifts online more too. So it's about trusting your intuition, paying attention to the psychic senses, feelings, and where you're being guided to right now during this time too. Solar plexus work coming up big time in this reading for the Divine Feminine, clearing out old childhood wounds, traumas, past relationship wounds and traumas. Many of you guys have been through narcissistic connections, and I don't know if anyone's ever told you that empaths have a tendency to attract narcissistic partners that are toxic and not good for them as well too. Many of you guys are probably figuring that out too, where you'll realize you're the common denominator in your relationships, and there's probably a pattern to the type of people that you're attracting until you fully heal yourself. And this also plays out in your twin flame connection and your twin flame template. Until you've healed these dynamics within yourself, they could get into your twin flame situation as well too, which is never pleasant too. So you can't skip or bypass the healing, needing to go back and heal certain things, Divine Feminine, when it comes to your relationships and the things that you've been through and the things that you've experienced, because you yourself need to open up a little bit more and open up to this connection. We have a lot of heartbreak, whether it's something that happened with the twin flame, because it's the twin flame reading, or even past heartbreak. So we have hurt, betrayal, grief, and disappointment. This person has really disappointed yourself, so make sure you're showing up so much more for yourself and healing yourself. You put so much energy into this connection. Pull it back right now and make sure you're putting that into healing yourself right now. It'll help you a ton with this reading. I need to do some soul searching on my own, and this is important. If you've been left on your own, make sure that you're acting like it. Get out, live life, date, act single. I'm like, yes, right there. And people were getting upset with me, but you need to keep living life. And if this person, your twin flame, just like anyone else, wants to be with you, they'll step up. If not, don't sit there waiting because someone else isn't able to give you what you need, because you can definitely give that to yourself fully. And we're shaking off a lot of codependent habits and changing how we communicate and how we show up in our relationships right now. Needing to do some soul searching, needing to really focus on your spiritual path and where it's bringing you. Stay open to new experiences, Divine Feminine. My soul was made with you in the beginning of time, and this is important too. Know that you guys are literally soulmate, twin flame, complementary partners. So I want to talk a little bit about that. So even the worst karmic connections, you can heal and shift these into soulmate connections. Even just a soulmate connection, you can heal this and shift it into a higher as well too. So this is important as well too. But you only have one twin flame, but we're still humans on the let's say the physical realm and the physical planet right now. And so this is why some people have had a lot of trauma, and you or your twin flame could have things that you've been through that are affecting your love life, especially if you haven't healed. When you meet your twin flame, if you haven't healed, you'll go into separation very fast, you'll notice, especially if the other person hasn't healed as well too. And then you're kind of pointed back towards yourself on a healing journey. Yes, you were meant to meet this person. Make sure that you're working on your healing though. This will help you to open up things within the connection. I'm just not ready yet. Trust in divine timing. Is there something that you're not ready? So I do a ton of readings, and I always ask people, and they say they want full union, and I always say that is living together in marriage with your twin flame though. And by the time we get to this place where we meet the twin flame, oftentimes you guys have had several karmic relationships. You've had your childhood, right? And you've had other past experiences and traumas that you've been through. And sometimes you're not as open as you think. So when I say, okay, how about moving in together in marriage? A lot of times people on their end will tell me a lot of reasons why they can't. Maybe their living situation, maybe they're still, going through a divorce. This I could go on and on, right? They're not ready. Like, it's all this stuff. And so it's also important to assess, are you ready? Are you truly ready for this divine union? Because even though you think you are, maybe you're not able to commit as much as you should be. And so it's about doing that inner work so that you are completely available and open to this twin flame divine union as well too. And sometimes that's where the separation lies. Now in separation, most of the time you're having communication with your twin flame. Usually twin flames are in contact and talking a lot, or they pop up, or you're having some type of communication. Now, in certain situations, there is no communication. If there's no communication at all, then something has gone very toxic within yourself to address and to heal and to deal with, to open up communication, because it's always something that needs to be done as well too. So just make sure that you're open to this union. Our souls speak the same language that only you and I would get. And I love that too, because there's certain things that maybe only your twin flame would see or understand. And this is like getting you on a deep level. And like maybe you're talking to people about the spiritual and other people don't get it, but your twin flame does, and things like that. Have faith in the universe. This is bigger than both of us at the moment. And so is life as well too. So is the design of your life as well too. Just kind of go with the flow with your situation of where it is taking you. But a ton of healing energies coming up around your love life. Those are going to play out through Valentine's Day too. These Chiron alignments. We have a lot of powerful Chiron alignments coming at us, touching our love life. It's like where our core wounds are affecting our love life kind of energy through the next several weeks. Okay, so we have the 8 of Cups for Divine Feminine. Walking away from negativity, letting go of the past, moving on, a change of heart, and being fed up. This is a lot of people with, oh my God, their situations in general, but this is like healing your self-esteem issues and your inner child, and this is letting go of energies not serving you, and this can happen. Oftentimes when you ask your friends and family about your twin flame situation, like you won't be able to help it, but it's going to be like you're going to try to talk to someone about it and they'll say, this is a toxic relationship, get rid of this relationship. This person sounds really bad for you. What's going on, right? And a lot of people don't understand that as well too, and you may not even understand fully what is happening if in these spaces of separation and, you know, trying to figure this out as well too. This is a clearing energy space. You're being guided to really double down on the energy healing work and to let go of things. Sometimes it's not all about the outer, but it's like letting go of things within the energies that you're holding on to, that you're carrying. They're not vibing with the new higher energies, and you're needing to do some intensive healing work to let go of energies of the past that you're still holding on to. As you do more energy healing, it'll raise your frequency and you're going to feel a lot better and a lot better about your twin flame situation. King of Cups, this is control and balance of your emotions and intuition, being emotionally secure and mature, being calm, sympathetic, empathic, and caring. And that's everything that you probably want in a partner, someone who's empathic and can see your side of things. And some of you may feel that your twin flame definitely wasn't showing a lot of compassion, empathy, or understanding for your side, because some people have been hurt by these situations and other situations in your love life. So it's important that you're becoming more empathic and caring towards everyone, especially when it comes to your partners as well too. This is getting a grip on your emotions and becoming more emotionally balanced as well too. So we have a lot of emotional healing that's coming up for the Divine Feminine. You're being guided to really, really get stable energetically and emotionally. You might have a lot of old energies or emotions that are surfacing, or you may need to heal yourself spiritually, physically, and emotionally during this time. This is 6 of Pentacles, generosity, receiving gifts, blessings, assistance, being generous with money, time, or energy, prosperity, and health. This is all of that good energy you're putting out coming back to you in some type of way. I talked about this transit being amazing for healing your love life. Let's heal those love blocks. Let's heal these energies. It's amazing because this is a finance card once again for healing your finances. If you've been worrying about money or stressed about it, these things create blocks that block you from receiving or can block your finances. Let's clear these things, and this is amazing energies for opening up these things, whether your love life, your finances, or healing other areas. We have the Magician, but upside down. This is missing opportunities, self-doubt, untrustworthiness, and sometimes it's lacking mental clarity or your spiritual connection. You need to work on your spiritual connection in some type of way. We talked about giving too much energy to this situation and connecting to your twin flame. Now, this can be confusing because you may think of your twin flame as God and Goddess. However, it's outside of you, and you need to work on the internal connection to God or Source, or your spiritual connection, to strengthen that. So this is why a lot of these things are coming about, to cultivate and work on that connection with Source, because this is going to be your power. It's going to be where you draw your energy from, your magic from, and in so many ways you've been looking to your partner to satisfy some of these needs as well too. So needing to really work on that spiritual connection. Open up your crown chakra. This may have knocked you back. Like maybe you were doing really good and the twin flame journey has stirred up a lot of healing or knocked you back. Because, you know, I'm talking to people that are spiritually awakened doing these videos. I'm well aware of that. But something may have made you backslide and maybe you're not feeling as connected as you once were. Or maybe that connection isn't feeling as strong and you need to strengthen that. I mean, the whole planet might feel like that right now in these energies. We're in a very void-like space. In the area that we're traveling through, I say traveling through space, the planet is traveling through space, and as we're in that kind of space. But actually in this space, we're able to manifest very, very strong. We're able to tap in and create through our thoughts. So some of these cards are about getting your thoughts in order because what you're thinking about, you're creating, especially if you're having negative thoughts that aren't serving you about your love life. We talked about finances, but we're talking about your twin flame now. If you're having a lot of negative beliefs, or doubts around the connection, around love, they're creating blocks in the outer situation and how it's manifesting. Really, really focus on healing your thoughts right now to Divine Feminine. Okay, so we have the Queen of Wands. This is being optimistic and fired up. And this is getting busy, helping other people. I say staying busy. And sometimes that's a trauma response too, I realize. But this is about using this energy because we're in a galactic space too. We're in the middle of a bunch of galactic activation portal days, tapping into this collective energy and universal energy right now to channel it into our life. Sometimes this can be the gossip card too. Your twin flame might be talking about you, or maybe you've been talking about them a little bit. But this is getting something done. This is like tapping into that fire energy because we talk about the flame as the ultimate fire energy. Tapping into that energy and channeling it into your manifestations, your purpose, and things that excite you will help. So chances are when you, not everyone, but if this resonates, chances are some of you guys, when you met your twin flame, you were doing really, really good with your energy. You're doing good in your life, right? And by the time you get into the separation, you're probably run down and feeling kind of defeated and, you know, having a lot surface, we'll just say energetically. And this is where you get in those chaser states and they probably aren't around or whatever. So this is why it's important to get your energy back on track. This will magnetize them and attract them back to you. All right, we're going to do a reading for the Divine Masculine. So let's just start with what's going on for the Masculine Collective. And then Divine Feminine, take these as direct messages from your masculine. So masculine to feminine. I love you, but I'm afraid to reach out and have you reject me. Masculine has these big rejection wounds where they might be sitting there and they do love you and they don't know how to approach it, and that's okay. They do love you, but maybe they have a hard time showing that. Like I had told mine twin flame, I was like, you never once told me you loved me. I noticed that, right? Like never. And they're like, oh, I told you that yesterday. Just trust me, they never did. And so some people may have a hard time expressing it. Doesn't mean that they don't. I'm not saying they didn't love me, but they may have had a hard time expressing it. And this is important too, because it's like how they're showing that too. Maybe they have a hard time telling you how they feel, but they feel the same way about you as you feel about them, because there is a certain mirroring effect as well too. So if there is a space, distance, or separation, they're sitting there and they love you, but they can't face these parts of themselves. So it's ego. It's a core ego wound coming up for them. It hurts to see online that you've moved on with your life. And this is important too, Divine Masculine, that yes, things move on with these timelines, and that it's important that if you do, I always say for everyone, if you do love someone, tell them. Life is short, right? You're not going to get too many second chances. So maybe this person needs to know or whatever. But this is once again confirming that Divine Masculine is watching their feminines online stuff if they're posting or for getting any information about them or what they can see. And then some of the Divine Feminines may have moved on literally with other karmic partners and things like that. And if it has, work on what it's triggering you, or, you know, if you were running from the connection and caused all of this inadvertently by not being there for them. The thought of you with someone else drives me crazy. I don't know if there's any deeper pain than facing that as well too, when your twin flame is hanging out with other people. like, I don't think there's anything worse than knowing that too, right? Especially if you're being blown off, ghosted, discarded, things like that, awful words, right? And that they're enjoying time with other people of the opposite sex and things like that. This just comes down to the inner work as well too, of healing the things that it's been triggering. So it just kind of depends. Everyone's situation is unique, but if that is for you, healing what it's triggering within you is very important as well too. This is important, healing those inner narratives. I wanted you to see the real me now. I've been hiding from our love for too long. And then this goes back down to, we were talking about avoidance tendencies and things like that, where, you know, I mean, it could make you feel unraveled, or you're having to deal with a lot of healing. And this is where the energy healing comes in masculine too, because otherwise, you know, you might be feeling out of sorts as well too. And a lot of times you're hiding from your own emotions of being open or not wanting the other person to see that. And this is an important part of your own healing as well too, because this person will see you deeply. This is awakened divine feminine, right? That's going to see all of these messy aspects. Now, in true conscious relationships, you guys are going to be doing the work together. So when you see other issues with the other person, maybe, hey, you tell them and they work on it and you're helping them. But in very unconscious relationships, people are running from the healing work and avoiding, and, you know, you say something and point it out, they, you know, go away and come back later so they don't have to face the healing. But in the best relationships, you guys will be healing together as well too. These are the new spiritual connections that are coming about too. I settled for second best because I didn't deserve you. And this is important too, because we have a lot of these groups of people. And so this will show that yes, there's third party stuff that has come up. I talk about this. This could be parents interfering. This could be actual karmic feminines that masculine is hanging around with and things like that. And this is like, it's like, it could just be like online flirting, because I hear a lot of people tell me all different stories. It could be online flirting, but it actually could be, you know, hooking up with other people, hanging out with other people, not being honest about it, blowing off your divine feminine to spend time with karmics that you thought you could have a relationship with and things like that. So we do have this third party energy coming up where divine masculine has, some of them have not done the inner work, where you guys have a lot of karmic females around you that are blocking your path, this twin flame journey. And I'll just tell you a little story about mine. My twin flame and I started to date, and we've been dating a few months, and I asked him who was this woman that was all of the time commenting all over his social media, and he told me it was just a friend. Well, flash forward after that woman messaged me and told me that they had been lovers for like 5 years, right? And that was his ex. So I said it was like going into a new relationship and bringing your ex with you. It's like this baggage. So if you haven't healed and you have all of this baggage and you bring it into your next relationship, like, it's going to create karmic issues. So a lot of guys on this stuff have these karmic attachments. It's like you have your ex on the back burner and you go into the new relationship and you're trying to bring them with you. Imagine if like they did that in their next relationship, like someone was like, oh, who's that about me? And they're like, oh, she was just a friend, like, right? Okay, so this is karmic attachment. It's the only reason I'm putting this out there so you guys can understand that. A lot of you guys have a lot of karmic attachments. It could be people that you're interested in sleeping with on your social media. It could be actual exes that you have hanging around and friends because you haven't done the clearing and the healing work, or other types of karmic attachments from, we'll say, toxic patterns, addiction, alcohol, drugs, cigarettes, things like that. They could be other types of attachments, but oftentimes they're people that you were romantic with or wanting to be romantic with, and like you're dating, but you have all these other love interests around, like even just on social media or in your life, or you're, oh, I'm going to hang out with a friend, right? I'm going to hang out with a friend and spend the night at their house. They're just a friend though, right? And things like that. So a lot of like karmics will always be women for the masculine of the opposite sex, where you're trying to date other people or trying to hang out with other people. And these are attachments in your energy field that you haven't released and let go of, needing to do some type of healing work. Okay, so the separation is needed so that you guys can clean up your life on whatever level as well too. So the cards are showing me that masculine might be having financial issues that are coming up too. We talked about relationship difficulties, inner child problems becoming financial issues, and healing these things. We see that there is this tendency to, and this is like the party, socialize, right? We got two women here. All right, this is like going and hanging out with karmic feminines, drinking alcohol, going to act single, doing their own thing a little too much, blowing off the twin flames. So for some of that could be happening in the separation, needing to heal those issues so you're not going back to old patterns, because there's meant to be a reconciliation, a union, and even marriage. And if you're not able to step up and be at that place, you shouldn't be dating. I don't think people should be dating just to date. They should probably be dating for serious long-term goals. But we do have this union card coming up, that there is a reconciliation that is trying to happen. But Divine Masculine, you're needing to clear old habits and even some of your karmic stuff going on that's coming up in this reading. So just helping the energy clear these things would help you greatly. I'm having a hard time letting go of my old life. It's about clearing your old life, and these are old timelines. So when you don't close out like a person connected with your past, you're keeping your past open, and some of these people weren't good for you then. And so it's all about clearing and letting go of your old 3D life. I desire union as strongly as you do. Divine Masculine might be thinking and missing union for those in separation. I've seen visions, glimpses of our future together. Pay attention to those visions. You're meant to be manifesting them. So when Spirit shows you certain things, it's supposed to be kind of telling you. So make sure that the angels are guiding you right now. I always say it's like you have the devil and angel on your shoulder as they show you in the little kid cartoons, but allowing the angels to guide you right now on your path, Divine Masculine. They're going to help you through some of this work you have to do. You need to heal things, how you're seeing things. A shift in perspective is needed, needing to change your mindset and how you're changing things as well too. Masculine's been really comfortable shutting a lot of people out for a long time. We have the I don't need anyone and things like that, but needing to really heal. There's a lot of wounded masculine aspects that are coming up in this reading, needing to heal these things and open up to this twin flame union. There isn't a second of your day that you're not on my mind. This is important too. And so knowing that, you are, as Divine Feminine was wondering, is my masculine thinking about me? There isn't a second of the day that they're not. They're always thinking about you anyway. This person is worth waiting for. Maybe you're waiting for something masculine, maybe for your feminine to come back, maybe, for your own healing, maybe for them to heal. I came to Earth just to be with you. Okay, so we have karmic situations that have been blocking this connection on the masculine side. And so this is karmic justice. And so sometimes this is all different. This could be a balancing that needs to take place. It could be a lesson that needs to be learned, obstacles and blocks that need to be cleared, things that need to be integrated. So this is receiving karma. We're going to be receiving karma for the seeds that we've been planting the prior year right now. Whether those are good or bad depends on what kind of energy cycles you've been putting out, right? But I see a lot of the collective dealing with challenging karma and negative karma, and I always say these are lessons they need to move through, or good karma playing out as well too, and getting karmic rewards. And this is like positive. This is masculine, getting some type of paying off debts, recovery from loss. It's getting some type of money, ending of hardship, pulling out of some of these things. For some, this might be ending separation or getting a windfall of money or something positive playing out karmically. We have the Chariot. This is forward movement, willpower and determination, success, victory, overcoming obstacles, focused and feeling and going for what you want. Masculine's doing a lot of emotional healing and emotional clearing the blockages. And this is about a light body activation card but moving forward and making something happen in your life too. We have the Seven of Wands. This is being defensive and holding your own, but this is some type of argument that may have happened, putting you in separation. And this is like the warrior energy, right? And not acting that way with your feminine. So it's ego challenges that are coming up, or ego blocks that maybe have come up in the situation. We have the King of Swords. Take your emotions out of things. Tend to be logical, and this is head over heart and discernment. And so this is about also clearing your mind, clearing your head as well too, so that you're in the right space for this union. This is some type of mental clearing that needs to be happening. If you're maybe in a lot of negativity or reoccurring negative thoughts, or how you're seeing things, really stepping into that energy. And we're in that energy in Aquarius season anyway, so it's about healing things with the mind. You'll notice, you might have noticed reoccurring thoughts and beliefs that have come to the surface that may be blocking your life or even love life and union. Healing these things now. All right, I'm going to go on that note anyways, but have a beautiful day.